Hi, this is Hank, the Angry Dwarf. Well, you. Why am I so angry? Well, goddamn business is it of yours. I think all of you people who listen to Howard Stern can go take a flying and your people mean nothing to me. You're like crap. If only I could reach you from the top of the Howard Stern building. You listening to the Howard Stern show, climb to the top of the building and jump off. And hopefully all of you will die.
Thanks. Waddle Doddle. I'm almost out of here. Hey, speaking of Waddle Doddle, I got the best news. Thank you, Waddle Doddle. And listen to this. You reminded me. So here's Broadcasting Magazine. Someone just faxed this to me. Who faxed this to me? Somebody who wants to cheer me up, I guess.
Somebody who cares. Greaseman's
ratings slide. Infinity stands behind show despite decline in 5 of 6 markets. Ratings for radio talk comic. Can you really call a guy a talk comic if he doesn't make anyone laugh?
Well, he's making people laugh, but in small numbers.
Yeah, in diminishing numbers. Ratings for radio talk comic Doug the Greaseman Tracht plunged in Arbitron's latest winter report. But the talk show host says, it's just a question of time. Until his popularity translates to the ratings books.
Oh, yeah? Oops. Well, how long does it take? How long has he been on?
Well, let's see. Let's continue to read, and maybe they'll give us... I think it's been like 3 or 4 years now.
Just how much longer is he going to need?
You think he'd go up in one market? You know. In the latest winter Arbitron rating survey, listener shares for Track Show declined in 5 of 6 markets, in which his 4-hour call-in show of comedy routines and storytelling airs. First of all, there's no way that this guy should be talking for 4 hours. I've always maintained it. If I was the program director...
He was a music guy.
He was a music guy. He used to spin 12 records an hour and do a little chat in between, a little patter. This is a guy who can't sustain a talk show with that voice. Come on, give me a call on the talk show.
Yeah. This is the perky turkey you adore. Mary had a little lamb fleece with white as snow.
Hey, how do you... Yeah, I want to talk to you.
I was say, why would you call that?
What is?
Hi, Greaseman. I'd like to talk about some politics right now.
Oh, go ahead, Jerry.
Could you talk like a normal human being, though, when I talk to you?
Yeah, politics. Let me see. Let me take a check of my doodads. A little spackle.
All right.
We'll be back.
We'll be back. Quote, I don't have a good ratings story to tell, Track says. Well, of course not. First of all, they don't know how to run this guy's show. They're telling him to talk more because Howard... He started doing all talk when I came to Washington.
Sure.
He should play 100 records and come on and go, we'll be back. And then people might listen.
Into some music.
It might be funny mixed in with some music.
Yes.
Wait, I think I hear something. Oh, radio dial's turning off my show.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
I've talked to fans of this radio station, listen to us in the morning and listen to classic rock all day.
What is?
And then they go, the Greaseman goes on, we're out of here. I mean, we're gone. Yeah. I don't have a good rating story to tell, Track says. He agrees that convincing stations to air a comedy talk show, which would more typically air in morning drive on weeknights, is difficult. So he's blaming it on being on at night. Of course, we were on at night in Boston and San Francisco. We went to #1 in a month.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, he's saying, hey,
It's just the time of day.
Yeah. He's saying if he was on in the morning, he would be much more successful.
People aren't... See? They don't want to laugh later in the day.
Yeah, we saw what happened to him in Washington when he got some people coming in competing with him.
Hey, listen, I have an original idea.
Better.
I have an original idea.
Yes?
#2 in the Stanley Cup.
Little late. We did it already.
Oh.
All right, keep working.
But I think it's interesting that
gobble, diddle.
People don't want to laugh the later the day gets.
Yeah. At night, people don't want to laugh. They want to laugh in the morning. What we're doing here is kind of dramatic. Yeah, sure is. You're dramatically losing ratings everywhere you go.
This is dramatic.
It is dramatic. People are losing money. That's always dramatic when you're a businessman.
It's absolute tragedy.
What we're doing here is kind of dramatic, Track says. We've changed the format of the stations. I'm on at night. In essence, we've scared away the music audience. And
pretty much didn't get anybody back.
And we didn't get anybody back. We scared away the music audience, and now we're rebuilding the audience that wants to hear personality and talk. No, I think the audience that wants to hear personality and talk has abandoned you. We're on in Boston. I think it's like a couple of months.
In the evening.
Yeah. We were on at night in San Francisco. We're on in the morning now, because we did so well at night. Tracht hosts one of the two shows syndicated by Infinity Broadcasting, the other being Howard Stern Show. Tracht's show airs primarily on Infinity-owned stations because, quite frankly, nobody else is interested. He's on, of course, all the stations that I'm on because everybody here gets rewarded for being a bad disc jockey. His only other one affiliate is KLOS-FM in Los Angeles, owned by Cap City's ABC. They don't even tell you that his show was cut back to an hour. He's on for an hour.
Is that right?
Yeah. Hey, what happened?
Only enough time to say waddle and doddle. Goodbye. Yaddle diddle. Uh-huh.
Infinity launched Tracht nationally in order to irritate Howard Stern in February of 1993 after his show earned a wide listenership in separate runs in Washington. Yeah, whenever I wasn't there. He took over my job at Washington, had lost the ratings for 2 years. Finally, there was nothing else on, so some people listened to him, and then as soon as competition came into the market, he lost everything. The majority of his listeners are male. Yeah, all three of them. Tracht says, and in targeted male groups, especially 18 to 34-year-old category, the show traditionally has earned high ratings. Well, he does real. He's like, remember when Uncle Milty was on TV?
Yeah.
There was a test pattern on against him. Greaseman does real well in markets where there's nothing else against him. But unfortunately, there's increasingly there's less and less markets like that. Okay. Tracht, admittedly, his strongest market is Atlanta. Shows on weekday morning drive and has earned a 3.2 share in the winter book.
Wow. In Atlanta, he pulls a 3.2.
Yeah, you can understand how low that is. Compared with an average 3.7 share for the fall of 1994. So he lost ratings there, too.
Even there,
yeah. And there's nobody on against him in Atlanta.
Now, why is it not too many people want to laugh with him in the morning in Atlanta?
I don't know. Tracht says he is a contender among Atlanta morning shows. His show ranked 11th of 20 stations in the market. He's a contender.
He's crowing about it.
Yeah. Here, it's 11th. It's not last.
Gobble, gobble, gobble. Hear the turkey say. Yeah.
In Los Angeles.
Big 11.
In Los Angeles, where Tracht's ratings with listeners 12 and older rose slightly from a 1.7 share in the fall to a 1.8 share in winter. KLOS only airs 1 hour of his show from 11 p.m. to midnight.
So it is there.
Hey, it's there. Hey, it went up to a 1.8.
Yeah, less of him is better.
And that time slot, Tracht ranks 19th among 46 stations in the market. Way to go. All right, there you go.
My fan club meets in a phone booth.
In New York, at our flagship station.
Yes.
Tracht's ratings took a little dip from an average 1.9 share among listeners 12 plus to a 1.2. What else?
He's getting into that plus or minus zone where it could be nobody.
Yeah, they say your ratings are plus or minus 1, so he could actually have a 0.
Yes.
Can you imagine?
Yes,
no one is listening.
Yes, we work with algebra when we do my numbers.
He's a big talent. Tom Chiasano says he's one of the brightest talents out there. He's a very funny man.
Brilliant storyteller.
Yeah. Tom Chiasano says that the Greaseman is really funny. And, of course, it's my fault, he says, because if I badmouth him for the last 3 years,
yes,
it's my fault. They want to blame somebody.
You've been badmouthing him since we left Washington.
Yeah.
Now, listen, why don't you tell the truth? What a 1.2 really means is that I'm listening with only one ear. I'm listening. I'm the one.
Yeah, nobody asked you what you were listening to. Imagine the Greaseman during his show listens to another station. Wouldn't that be great?
What? I'm back on? Oh,
yeah. I was listening to another station.
Yeah, they were playing. Gobble.
At WJFK FM, his ratings dropped from an average share of 2.9 among listeners 12 plus to an average share of a 1.6 in the winter ratings. 1.6. Jesus.
Attention, 12-year-olds.
Please, 12-year-olds and older.
People of Earth.
This is Doug the Greaseman Tracht speaking from the band. God don't want me in, man. I got more ratings to lose.
Let's see here. Let's see what other great things he's done. So, okay, if we went from a 2.9 in Washington to a 1.6, he's 18th out of 33 stations in the market. With no competition. People are playing records.
No, he's solidly at the top of the middle.
That's right. A product that sells itself there.
On JFK AM, he came in with a 0.6 share. Yeah. 0.6, so if it's plus or minus 1...
He doesn't even have...
He could have less than 0.
Yeah, he could have minus...
He could have people who not only are not listening, they're leaving town.
Dead people.
Yeah. Let's see. Doug says, it's a slow process. Tracht says of his efforts to convert a music audience to an evening talk show. People have to stumble across it and tell their friends. Word of mouth.
Sometimes it takes 50 years.
Yeah, I mean, please. How long are they going to keep paying him?
Give me a break. You can help all of mankind with that money. Yeah.
Somehow all the word of mouth has to filter down to an Arbitron reaction. In an effort to boost the word of mouth reaction, Tracht recently lied about being picked up for a Fox television show. That was his brainstorm.
Yeah, got his name in the paper.
Yeah, that's not part of the article. I'm just saying.
I know what we'll do. Yeah.
I know. I'll make up that Fox is trying to hire me for late night television because I'm going over so big with the radio. Word of mouth. I got to be word of mouth if there's only one mouth. His.
And he's talking on the medium. They won't listen to him.
It's funny. Like after a show, if he knocks on people's doors, please.
He's leafleting.
Yeah. Right, Greaseman?
Hello, you're on the air.
In an effort to boost the word-of-mouth reaction, Tracht broadcast his show live from nightclubs in New York, Philadelphia, and Washington. The tour was a success, he says, with sellout crowds topping 500 for each of the 14 shows he performed at each city. The problem, he says, is that those fans just have not received ratings books. See?
Oh, yeah.
If those 500 would get them...
Boy.
Yeah, that is a shame. They always ask the wrong people.
That's tough.
When you show in that kind of crowd every night and that kind of interest, I don't care if the ratings are minus 10. Something's happening. My opinion is that it's just a matter of time until the really fanatic followers start getting ratings diaries. Boy, real good grasp of how the ratings work. Someone ought to sit him down and talk to him.
He's clutching at straws there, grasping.
In a separate endeavor, Tracht also has signed to write a book of what he describes as the Greaseman's zesty look at life with Simon & Schuster. Gee, wonder where he got that idea. And you know who signed him? Sue Carswell, who Judith Regan, when she was at Simon & Schuster, signed me to my book deal.
Yeah.
And then when I did the paperback, and I haven't re-signed with Simon & Schuster. Sue has always talked to me about re-signing with them, and I don't know, nobody would make a deal, to re-sign, so I just didn't. So I guess they ran out and got the next best thing, the Greaseman with his 1.2.
Well,
should sell 12 books.
They had him in the wings.
Way to go,
so
Sue.
Anxious.
Right on top of the right on top of it. So you should check the guy's ratings before you sign him to a book deal.
How about the plug? How about the title? Greaseman, a loser life. Yeah?
Still, Tracht acknowledges that after more than 2 years in syndication, in fact, nobody's really sure how long he's been here, Infinity executives cannot be faulted for wondering when and if the show will draw strong ratings. Yeah, I think maybe there's some rumbling.
I should hope. Somebody's asking a question.
According to Tracht and several Infinity officials, the company's president and chief executive officer, Mel Karmazin, firmly supports the Greaseman.
Thank you.
It's not what I've heard, but...
You got to say that.
Yeah, it's not what I heard.
Zowie.
We're committed to the Greaseman, and he's doing well for us, says Jeremy Coleman, program director of JFK FM. Our target audience doesn't listen to the radio that much at night. That's a weird targeting. In Washington, our program director is targeting people who don't listen.
People who don't listen.
Why don't we target the people who do listen?
He's number one with them.
Yeah. He's number one with people who don't listen. Listen to this comment. I don't know. I mean, I've never met Tom Carswell or whatever his name is.
That's one of the best quotes I've ever
heard.
heard.
Jeffrey Coleman. This is dumber than Tom Giassano. We're committed to the Greaseman, and he's doing well for us, says Jeremy Coleman, program director for WJFK FM. Quote, our target audience doesn't listen to the radio that much at night. We're targeting people who don't listen to the radio that much at night. Why don't we target...
Why would you bother with them?
You're doing word of mouth. Hello, lady. You hear the news? I'm good on radio. Hey, wake up.
Few radio stations perform better at night than they do during the day, Coleman says. The point of airing the Greaseman show is to help the station do better at night than we would normally do. Before airing Tracht's show at night, JFK FM aired a contemporary jazz music format. He can't even do better than jazz. Tracht thinks that in time, ratings will improve. In every other city I've been in, it's taken a couple of years to kick in.
Yes. We've learned the best audience is no audience.
Mark my words, this will work.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
I love it. That's a happy article.
It was a funny article.
Hey, let's bring our general manager and let him remind me why the Greaseman is such a scary talent.
We should have had him read that article.
Yeah, he should have read it out loud. Tom says he's every bit as funny as I am.
You're a funny guy, but the Greaseman's funny too.
Tom knows how to pick him.
You can't hear it because you're you.
Yeah, he goes, well, you don't like it. You know, it's probably because you're jealous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Gobble, gobble.
Tom, want to come in and remind us why he's funny? Why we're all wrong and you're right?
He's not coming in here.
Because he used to think, oh, yeah, you don't want to admit that the guy's funny.
Right.
And I said to him, no, I'm not saying that. The guy's not funny. I'm just telling you. If he was funny, I'd say it. Come on, man. Admit I'm right. The guy's not funny. Yeah, put the giant brain on. Go ahead, put that hat on. Put it on. Admit you were wrong. The guy's not funny. Even you admit it now.
No, number one, I never said that he was as funny as you. I always said you were the funniest guy in radio.
Yeah, but you kind of, I knew in the back of your mind you were like, yeah, he's just as good. Every minute he goes, I know Greaseman, we work together. Every minute he's telling me, I got together, I had dinner with him and his wife, and I'm like, yeah, we were at the Grease Palace. And
I never down in Washington. I listened to him. You know what? I can even remember, I forget where.
I've never seen you look happier.
Wait a minute. I forget where the guys were going, but one day I think it was Gary and Fred or somebody else from the show. They were all in Tom's car at the time the Greaseman show was on.
Yeah.
So Tom, of course, dutifully put it on, and they all sat there, and Tom was the only one laughing.
Hey, this is funny.
This is Tom Chiasano speaking from the bank. God don't want me in, man. I got more ratings to get with the Greaseman.
I got more Greaseman to say.
Come on, man. You know I love it. I love proving you wrong. I told you he wasn't funny.
I've never seen you look happier.
When you said to me, don't you think he's funny, I told you, he's not funny. No one finds him funny. It's neat that he does a little voice and everything. You know, that's funny like once in a while.
Yeah, it's interesting. One of the things you said earlier on about he should play more music.
Yeah.
I mean, it's exactly what we're doing.
Oh, good. How many songs an hour? 20? You can't get enough.
How many?
Can you play music over his little raps?
How many does Dave Herman
how
play?
Overdue are we for a commercial, Fred?
Yeah, I think we do have to take a break. You're absolutely right. Wow. It's unbelievable.
But he is funny.
Not only does no one find him funny, no one even finds him. That's the funny thing.
But, you know, he
Fred, victory music while Robin is talking. Victory music. What's the matter with you?
You have never looked more pleased with yourself.
He is the kind of guy who does better with people who don't listen to radio.
He does. Do you believe that, what the guy in Washington said? He doesn't do well with our target audience, people who don't listen to the radio at night.
You know, my mom always taught me, if you don't have anything nice to say,
don't say it. Right. That's why you're not on the air.
I have pictures of Tom with sheep.
Is that what it is, Greaseman?
Turn off your radio and you'll love me.
Very good. You're popular with people who don't listen to the radio at night?
The only reason I was hired is I caddy for Tom.
You know, Billy, you're funnier as the Greaseman than the Greaseman.
Absolutely.
You ought to take over his show. See if you can pump some life into that.
You know why they call me Greaseman?
Why is that?
Because I make the ratings slide away.
All right, okay, enough gloating. You're right. Thank you for the music, Fred.
6 to 10 tonight.
Yeah, tune him in. He's a killer. He's a killer.
No, don't tune him in. It's better that way.
Yeah, people who don't like to listen at night, don't listen.
You'll laugh your radio off.
Neil Drake loves this station. Not only does he listen, he loves classic rock. He lives for classic rock. Right. Loves the way it's programmed, the whole thing. Won't listen to him at night.
Well, now I can hear Greaseman and more classic rock.
That was Bungle in the Jungle.
People don't like to laugh later in the day. Even the Greaseman.
That's proven.
I'm going to load all my listeners into a Volkswagen and go on a picnic, Tom.
Greaseman believes that people at night don't want to laugh at the radio.
Yeah.
Then why would he be on at night? Why would you commit your career to that?
Why won't you laugh?
Cousin Brucey was the one who started with that. Greaseman's taking it to a new low. I love it. Come on, Tom. I know you're upset when I gloat.
You've never looked happier.
All right.
You know.
Hey, how was it holding the Stanley Cup?
It was cool.
Yeah, you dug it,
Very
huh?
cool. Yeah, absolutely.
Claude Lemieux, did you get excited?
I mean, I respect him. I'm not a Devil fan. I'm a Ranger fan.
Yeah, but so what? I mean,
it's
he's a great hockey player.
Oh, absolutely. He was the MVP. In the
guys are weird. Like in baseball, everyone respects all the players no matter what team. Hockey, you got to like. He's got to be on the Rangers.
Married to one team.
What's the difference?
No, what I said was I respect him. He's a real good player. Real good player. And had a great Stanley Cup series.
I don't know if I believe you, though. I mean, that's how you felt about the Greaseman.
No.
He's a great player. He's had a great run, and we're ready to get him.
He seemed like a real nice guy.
You know who Greaseman's like? These baseball players that sign long-term contracts and then stop working.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they go, I don't have to. He's like a Darryl Strawberry.
Oh,
my
done.
back.
I just collect the check.
Yeah, right.
Back.
I can't work. I need disability.
Disability.
I can't hit.
He's like the guy who gets hired for a long-term contract and then, doesn't perform.
There's no reason for it.
You know Tom would have hired Babe Ruth in 1947, I believe, just when the Babe had a liver transplant.
He had a few good years left.
Yeah, Tom would sign Mickey Mantle now.
Yeah.
No. I'm telling you, he can still get from home to first.
Who?
Mickey.
No.
Yeah.
Well, anyway.
I quit being funny before I was hired, Tom. People don't want to laugh at night. That's why nobody goes to comedy clubs.
Right. See, that's true.
Is that a clock or is that Billy ticking?
All right, we gotta go now. Okay, we're gonna take a break. When we come back, we'll start the news, Rob. We got a lot of things to do today, and Tom Chisano, thank you so much for coming in.
Right.
No, you're a good loser, is what you are. All right, we're gonna take a break. The great Tom Chisano.
I respect him for coming in.
No, listen. Not every personality will perform up to his. All right, let's take a break, and we'll be back right after this.